Good morning, folks. It's Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. It's the 4th of June. The moon is still in waning gibbous, but tomorrow it'll be in the last quarter mode. And when it changes to last quarter, of course, there's usually a change in the weather when it changes phase, and that's what's coming up. All the forecasters seem to be on the same page about this, and I've got the bad weather clicking in tonight in some places. Well, today the moon reaches its highest point above halfway between east and northeast, exactly above that halfway point at about 5:30 a.m. this morning. So by the time you watch this, the moon will be on its way to setting, and that'll be around noon, and it'll be just south of due west. Well, everybody's wondering where the snow's going to come and when it's going to come. So I thought, well, I'd just pick a little area and talk about that as being a typical area in New Zealand for snow. And I've picked South Canterbury, Ashburton to be specific, just to talk about in this particular blog. And in other blogs, we'll pick a different area and see what's going to happen throughout the winter months. Well, for South Canterbury, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Ashburton is just south of Christchurch. Christchurch is our third biggest city, I think. It used to be anyway. And Ashburton is just south of that, and not quite halfway to Dunedin. Timaru is more or less that, but South Canterbury is well down in the South Island. And I've got a cold June for Ashburton. About 60% of days will have sub-zero minimums. That means, beginning with frosts or a bit of overnight snow. And the best snow chances will probably be in June around the 7th to the 8th, and the 17th to the 18th, and the 23rd to 24th, and the 26th to the 30th. But those falls may only be light, I think, with the clearest skies of June about the 9th to the 16th. So that's the whole of the second week. And the people are going to be wondering, where the snow is, where the rain is. It's supposed to be winter time. Well, the cold is still going to be there. It's going to manifest as frost. Now, even on the days, that's not in that week, but in the days of the months where snow is expected, it doesn't necessarily have to be snow. It could be early frost and then later cold rain, or it could be hail, or it could be light flurries mixed with sleet, because the rain gauges of the past, where we get the data from, they haven't got eyes or a brain, and moisture is just moisture. They can't tell what type of moisture it is. So when we're doing our forecasts, we're looking at sub-zero temperatures plus precipitation. Well, it can take many forms. But when it's heavier, in the past gauges, equivalent times for when the moon's coming around again, when it's much heavier, I generally rely on that to be snow, because it's a whole dollop, a whole dump at once. And for June, I think those heavier snowfalls are going to be further to the south of the country, more or less Otago and Southland, and they're kind of going to skip Canterbury. Maybe Christchurch might get some around the 18th and 19th of June, but not further down in the southern part of Canterbury. Now, July, that's going to be a different story. July is going to be possibly the coldest month of the winter in this particular region. I've got 70 to 75% of days are likely to have sub-zero temperatures, and so that's pretty intense. But it's going to be, I think, light snow chances, again, early in the month, and the greater chance of the heavier snowfall in this particular region is going to be in the third week of July. The driest period in July for Ashburton, I think, will be the 4th to the 9th, so that's the first week there, and the last week, the 24th to the 29th. But in all of the 3 months of winter, I think that third week of July is expected to bring the worst weather. So farmers, put a ring around that in the calendar, on the shed wall, probably around the 18th to the 19th of July. Just be on the lookout for something sort of, fairly bad to happen around then. August, well, not so bad for you. August, about 35 to 40% of days will be sub-zero minimums, so starting to come out of that real cold spell. And in this particular month, August, the snowfalls may again be light, but they'll be more frequent. And the possible dates being 1st to the 2nd, the 11th, the 16th to the 19th, 23rd, and the 30th, give or take a few days there, either side. The drier periods in August, I think they'll be the 5th to the 10th and the 12th to the 17th. Different story for the North Island in terms of August. I think there'll be rain about within 2 days anywhere you are in the North Island. So it's going to be the heaviest month for precipitation in the whole year. You know, if I was a bear, I'd go to sleep through August, you know, not wake up again until the end. But I'm not a bear. You might have noticed that. The wind chill for the winter, well, probably greatest around the 22nd and the 28th of June. And in July, I think the 13th and the 16th and the 30th. But August is a different story. I think about 10 days in August will give a wind chill, and particularly in that last week. And of course, it's the wind chill that affects the farm stock the most. So farmers, I hope this has been of some help to you, and everybody else, I hope you tune in again tomorrow. The next time we do a blog, we'll pick a different area of the country and look at what winter's going to bring for them.